7 years ago, my name was Aurora, and I was a hopeful adventure guide who dreamed of seeing the world. Everything changed when I met Ethan. He was charming and successful. We fell in love quickly, got married, and I truly believed I had found my perfect life. One night over dinner, Ethan told me he got a job offer from a top law firm in another city. "It's a once-in-a-lifetime chance," he said, excited. I was happy for him, but deep down, I felt sad about leaving my job. Still, my love for Ethan was stronger than my doubts. So, we moved into a big house in a new city. At first, it felt like an adventure, but soon, Ethan started to change. One day he snapped at me about the boxes still unpacked in the living room. "Work faster, I can't live in this mess," he barked. I was shocked but blamed it on stress from his new job. I tried to find work but couldn't. When I mentioned guiding tours again, Ethan shut me down. He told me my only job was to take care of the house. "Your job is to make everything perfect for me," he said coldly. I agreed, holding back my tears, missing the man I had married. The months turned into years. My life became endless chores and trying not to upset Ethan, whose demands and anger got worse. Once, when I suggested hiring a housekeeper, he exploded about wasting his money. He reminded me that I was supposed to be the perfect housewife. I tried my best, hoping to get our love back, but his expectations kept growing as his career took off. I faded more and more into the background, handling his social media so people would think we were a happy, successful couple, but that was a lie. One night while I was making dinner, Ethan came home angry. "Shut up and get my food ready," he snapped. I served him, but he threw the food and ordered me to clean it up. As I cleaned the mess, I realized how much I had lost myself and my dreams. I was on my knees, picking up broken pieces, trying not to cry. Holding back tears had become my normal. The next day, I tried again to please him. I cooked his favorite meal for hours, but when he got home and saw I forgot the bread, he exploded again. "Are you this stupid?" he yelled and threw the soup across the room. The hot soup burned my leg. "You're useless," he muttered, walking away while I cleaned up the mess alone. I cried quietly, wondering how my life had become so terrible. When did I lose myself? The next morning, something changed in me. "Ethan," I said as he got ready for work, "I can't do this anymore. I want a divorce." He turned to me with a scary smile. "A divorce?" He laughed coldly. "If you leave me, I'll ruin you. You'll have nothing, no money, no respect. You'll end up on the streets." His threat made my heart pound, but deep down, I knew I couldn't keep living like this. That day, I decided I had to fight back. I didn't have the courage to leave right away, but I started saving proof. I recorded our conversations, saved his cruel messages, and wrote down everything he did. As I secretly gathered proof, Ethan's career kept rising. He won a big case and threw a party at our house. He ordered me to cook and clean for days to make everything perfect. On the night of the party, I was exhausted. Ethan came home with wine and handed me a glass. "Here, you look like you need this," he said. The wine tasted odd, but I was too tired to care. Ethan hardly drank any himself. "Go change, the guests will be here soon," he ordered. When I got upstairs, I felt dizzy. The room spun and I collapsed on the bed. When I woke up, it was morning. I went downstairs, confused, and saw Ethan's mother, Victoria, in the kitchen. She glared at me. "Well, look who finally showed up," she snapped. "You embarrassed my son last night." "What happened?" I asked, my head aching. "You got drunk and made a fool of yourself." Ethan had to call me to entertain his guests because his wife was too drunk to stand. "That's not true, I only had one glass," I protested. "Save it," she hissed. "Everyone knows what a mess you are now." Her words stung as I slowly pieced things together. The strange wine, Ethan not drinking his, how quickly I felt dizzy. He had drugged me. After Victoria left, I sat at the table shaking. Ethan was destroying my reputation on purpose. Who would believe me now? I went out and bought a hidden phone. I recorded everything, his late-night demands, his cruel words, his threats. One recording hurt the most. It was my birthday. I made a nice dinner, hoping for peace. Ethan came home drunk. "What's all this?" he slurred. "It's my birthday. I made dinner," I said softly. He laughed. "Your birthday? Who cares?" Then he shoved the plates to the floor. Another night, he woke me up at 2 a.m. to clean the whole house while he followed me. criticizing every move. I recorded it all. These files became my secret weapon, proof I wasn't lying. Every day, I saved the files carefully. I kept pretending to be the perfect wife while I planned my escape. Our wedding anniversary came. I still had a tiny hope we might fix things, but deep down I knew better. Ethan came home excited. I booked a table at the best restaurant in town, he said. I agreed to go. Before we left, he handed me lemonade. His smile didn't reach his eyes. I pretended to drink but poured it into a plant when he turned away. In the car, I still felt sleepy. He must have put something in the drink. Half conscious, I felt him dragging me out of the car. Through blurry eyes, I saw Ethan's cruel smile. "This is where you belong," he sneered, throwing my purse into the dark street and driving away, leaving me alone in a dangerous place. Gunshots made everything more dangerous, but even though I was scared, I forced myself to be brave. I spotted a flickering neon sign for a small convenience store, my only hope. My heels clicked loudly on the broken sidewalk as I ran inside, surprising the clerk. "Maya, please, I need help. Can I use your phone?" I begged. Maya looked at me, clearly worried but unsure if she should trust me. Then she quickly locked the door to keep us safe and handed me her phone. My hands were shaking as I called my friend Sadie. She was shocked to hear where I was. "Ethan left me here," I told her urgently. "Please, can you come get me?" She promised she was on her way. As I waited, Maya's kindness felt like a warm blanket after so much pain. "You might have saved my life tonight," I told her gratefully. When Steve's car arrived, I tried to give Maya an expensive ring Ethan had given me, to thank her, but she refused. "Keep it, honey, let it remind you how strong you are. Start over," she told me gently. Her simple kindness showed me that not everyone in the world was cruel. Some people still cared. It gave me hope again. Starting over was scary, but I knew I had to do it. Tears ran down my face as I hugged Maya tightly before I ran to Steve's car. As we drove away, Sadie looked at me and said firmly, "Tiff, it's time you stood up for yourself." "But how?" I whispered. "He has all the power. He knows everyone." "Not everyone," Steve said. "I know someone in TV. It's time people hear your story." The next few days felt like a dream. Steve's contact, a TV producer, got me a spot on a popular talk show. The bright studio lights were blinding as I stepped on stage. The host greeted me warmly. "Aurora, thank you for being here. Can you tell us your story?" I took a deep breath and told them everything, the years of control, fear, and what Ethan had done to me. The audience looked shocked and sad. "Why talk about this now?" they asked. "Because staying silent is no longer an option," I said, my voice strong. "So many women are suffering alone. I want them to know they're not alone." After the show, my phone exploded with messages of support, but one message made my blood run cold. It was from Ethan. "You'll regret this, you lying piece of trash. I'll ruin you." I showed Sadie the message with shaking hands. Her eyes burned with anger. "He just destroyed himself. We've got him now." When we left the studio, I knew a big fight was coming, but for the first time in years, I felt ready for it. The next days were full of interviews, lawyers, and calls from women's groups offering help. Ethan's threats kept coming, but each one made me more determined. One morning, an unknown number called me. "Is this Aurora?" a woman asked. "Yes, who's this?" "I'm Emery Reeves, a family lawyer. I want to help you with your case." "I can't afford a lawyer," I said quietly. "You don't have to," Emery said. "We'll help you for free. We've been waiting for a chance to take Ethan down, and your case might be it." I found out Ethan had made many enemies over the years. Emery's firm had tried to fight him before but lost unfairly. Now they wanted to help me and expose what he'd done. The next day, I met Emery and her team. I brought every piece of proof I had, recordings, texts, everything. Emery's eyes widened. "This is exactly what we need," she said. "With this, we can win your divorce, maybe even get him disbarred." When the divorce trial started, Ethan lied and told the court I was a cheating drunk trying to ruin him. His lawyer said, "Mrs. Peterson is unstable. Her accusations are just a plan to get money from a hardworking man." It hurt to hear Victoria, Ethan's mom, lie on the stand too. She cried about how drunk I had been at his company party. "She embarrassed everyone. My son suffered so much because of her," she sobbed. I felt sick. but Emery squeezed my hand. "Don't worry, we're ready." When it was our turn, Emery was fierce. She played Ethan's voice recordings, showed the threats, and explained how bad his behavior really was. "I'd like to call Steve Thompson to the stand," Emery said. Steve told the court how she picked me up from a dangerous neighborhood that night, proving what I'd said was true. Ethan's lawyer jumped up. "Objection, hearsay." "Overruled. Continue," said the judge. Then Maya testified too, telling the court how scared I was that night in her store. With every person who spoke, Ethan looked angrier and more worried. The biggest moment came when Emery showed a report from a lab. "Your Honor, we tested Mrs. Peterson's hair. It shows drugs that match her claim that Ethan drugged her," Emery said. The room filled with shocked whispers. Ethan jumped up, yelling, "She's lying, you can't trust this." The judge glared at him. "Sit down or I'll hold you in contempt." As more proof came out, people in the courtroom went from doubting me to believing me. Even Ethan's friends looked disgusted. After a break, the judge gave the final decision. "After reviewing the evidence, I rule in favor of Mrs. Aurora Peterson." A gasp filled the room. The judge said Ethan had to pay me alimony, give up half of our assets, and pay for emotional damage, plus my legal costs. Ethan lost it. "This is insane. I'll fight this," he shouted. "Mr. Peterson, calm down. You should be grateful you're not facing criminal charges," the judge warned. Then he looked at me kindly. "Mrs. Peterson, there is now a restraining order. He cannot contact you in any way." Tears ran down my face. I finally felt free. After that, I moved into a small, cozy apartment. I could finally breathe. But Ethan didn't stop. He had friends send threats, and sometimes I'd see his car near my building. Over coffee one night, my friend said, "He's not going to stop, is he?" I nodded. "No, but I have an idea." Ethan never changed the passwords for his social media accounts, so I used them. I posted everything: court papers, recordings, my side of the story. The public turned on him fast. His job fired him, and his clients left. When Ethan found out, he came to my apartment, screaming threats. I called the police immediately and showed them the recording of what he said. They arrested him for breaking the restraining order. As they dragged him away, I saw the man I once loved, ruined by his own actions. Months later, I heard he moved away, but his bad reputation followed him. For me, this nightmare opened a new door. A local group that helps abused women gave me a job. I accepted it with my whole heart, ready to turn my pain into something good. A year later, I stood in front of women who had survived the same pain, telling my story. I saw hope light up in their eyes. In that moment, I knew my fight wasn't just for me, it was for them too. Over time, my job turned into my life's mission. I helped women like Eden, who escaped her controlling husband because of the plan we made together. She hugged me and whispered, "You saved my life." Those words healed me too. More people invited me to speak. At first, I was scared to stand in front of strangers, but Sadie pushed me. "Tiff, your story can save lives," she said. At my first talk at a university, I stood in front of everyone and said, "My name is Aurora. This is my story of survival." People cried and thanked me afterwards. That night, I felt proud for the first time in so long. I turned my pain into a reason to help others. I kept sharing my story at schools, shelters, and even a TEDx event. I wrote a book too. It was hard to relive those memories, but writing helped me heal. When the book came out, it shocked me to see it become a bestseller and land me on national TV. When asked if I had regrets, I said, "I regret all the years I lived in fear, but I don't regret my path. Every struggle brought me here, to help others find their strength too. I won't change anything because my story isn't over yet. Each day, I keep fighting for women like me, to be a voice for the ones still trapped in the dark. I'm here to be their hope." Ask ChatGPT.